Now, if you have a Twitter account, you can add to the event's prize pool for free, or you can also support the event with the code GAME6. But enough of that. It's time for this best of 9. It's going to be PartinG versus DongRaeGu, and spawning up in the top right-hand side of the map, it is DRG. The map is 16-bit. It's a best of 9, so that means the 2 GSL maps will also be in the pool. And spawning down in the bottom left-hand side of the map, it is PartinG the big boy. So I honestly don't know exactly how this show match is going to do, but how this show match is going to go. I believe PartinG, he's been back and active a little bit longer than DongRaeGu, but DongRaeGu has been practicing very hard. So, yeah, I think it should be a great match here. DongRaeGu looking to expand since it is 16-bit. This is one of the older maps, if you do actually recognize this. I've seen a lot of people hype that DongRaeGu is here, and you are not alone on that front. I'm glad you guys are so excited for this match, as I am too. All right, but let's see how this one's going to go. Last time PartinG played, it was actually the first independent show match I did. It was PartinG versus Tasia. The VOD of that's up on my YouTube, but this time it's going to be a PvZ he'll be playing, and I mean, we'll see what he's going to do, whether he'll be able to pull out any shenanigans or anything like that. Since it is 16-bit, he wanted that very safe Nexus, and that's what he's chosen for. So going to be very safe on 2 bases at least. Don't know who to cheer for. You're not alone on that. Just hoping for great games is really the best thing you can do. PartinG just opening up with just that gateway into Nexus, whereas DongRaeGu taking the outer expansion. Everything looking pretty normal on that front. Then DongRaeGu actually going for the double expand. Getting up his gas on the way, just mining it somewhat slowly, and then getting out all of his drones and everything. It's really awesome to see 16-bit again. I believe it's one of the GSL maps still, but it was a very good map, and we don't see it too often. No maps in the pool, in the current pool, have any of those back expansion locations, as they've somewhat been phased out now. PartinG, he is chrono boosting out that Stalker, and it is on the balanced test one, so maybe he's going to try and catch this Overlord, and this would be a good find for him already, picking off one of DongRaeGu's Overlords this early, and I think he's going to be able to get it. DRG turning that Overlord around, but I think it's going to be in trouble. PartinG is this Stalker. He's been chrono boosted out, and he's going to be looking to get this Overlord, and he is going to get it. There's no lings or anything out at this time, and I think this must have been a timing that PartinG knew about. It's actually going to be close. Is he going to get it? Oh, man. I think the Overlord escapes just barely. Yes, it does. Oh, man, 1 shot away. 8 health. What a lucky Overlord. PartinG is going to have a Stargate, so he'll likely have a Phoenix or something else that'll allow him to follow that, finish that off. But killing that off earlier would have been very good for PartinG. However, DongRaeGu, I mean, already feeling the heat a little bit in this game. Okay. All right, thanks to everyone for tuning on in. I see a lot of viewers from all over the world, a lot of people watching from Korea, Germany, Russia, and then so many other countries. So it's really awesome to see. Now we've got an Oracle on the way for PartinG, following it up with the Twilight Council. So this could be that sort of Oracle build into the Archon drop or something like that. There's a lot of ways to follow up the standard Oracle opening, but then there's the Robo on the way. DongRaeGu getting his spores on time. Okay, now those queens getting up for DRG. Going to be out to help try and chew away this Oracle. He's got 2 at his natural. Not quite in position to deal with this Oracle, but it is going to be looking for something. PartinG is flying on in here. However, those queens are in position. The Oracle's going to try and get as many drones as it can. It only gets 1 and then gets shooed away. So good queen control there by DongRaeGu. PartinG at least getting the 1 drone, though. PartinG is indeed rocking that Oracle skin. It looks sort of like a rock in this one with this skin, but I mean, oh man, guys, PartinG, he's not looking to let DongRaeGu get off easy here. Look at this. PartinG, if you notice, he's pulled out all of his gas mining, and now he's not mining at his natural at all, so that means he's going to be committing to a lot of zealots this game. He's going to just be trying to kill DongRaeGu, and DongRaeGu, he has no idea about this, guys. This is going to be a big zealot attack heading towards PartinG. PartinG going to be hitting DongRaeGu hard. Okay, now We see this Warp Prism's going to be moving out for PartinG, is going to be hitting this strong timing attack with all these Zealots. DRG has to be ready. He's focusing on a lair and he's making drones, but he's got to be ready for the ramp up of this real dang quick. Okay, now this Warp Prism's flying on in here for PartinG. And I mean, this is going to be pretty dang rough for all these Zealots. And DRG, he's not ready for this. He's getting up a Baneling Nest now. He's making 22 Zerglings. And I mean, these are no upgrades on the Zealots, but this is going to be a lot of Zealots hitting quick. DongRaeGu has to be ready. Maybe pull his drones and get his Queens just on the ramp, and it looks like that's what he's going to do. His Queens are going to try and hold in this position. The Lings, of course, aren't going to be able to get down. I think the Queens need to try and focus down that Warp Prism, and if they can get it, it's going to be absolutely huge. PartinG realizes this and tries to save it, throwing up a Stasis Ward right there, but that Warpin was delayed. But DongRaeGu, he's getting more and more Zerglings on the way in order to hold this. But this is honestly so many Zealots in the base right now. DRG is, I mean, there's just Zealots everywhere for DongRaeGu. He's got a lot more Lings on the way, and he's still kept a fair few of his drones alive. And PartinG is all in, guys. Make no mistake. And now suddenly there's a lot of Banelings done. They're getting pretty decent connections there. But is there going to be enough Lings left over to clean this up? It looks like the answer is going to be no. DongRaeGu taps out as PartinG takes the first game just with that strong timing attack. Alright, so PartinG taking the first game with a very quick build. He picked that map and he must have planned that build. Okay, so it's going to be DongRaeGu's map pick next. DongRaeGu got his map already picked out. It's going to be Parasite. So we'll load on into that as soon as we can. Alright. Looks like we had a follower or two. Thank you everyone for those. It's greatly appreciated. Glad to see you guys enjoying the content. Alright. Make sure to check out that Matcherino, guys. The goal for this broadcast is to use all the codes, and I know we haven't just yet. So !Matcherino, it's completely free. All you got to do is you just go there. You use the code Game6. It adds 50 cents to the prize pool. If you do some of the side following quests, you can add like an extra 60 cents for free, and that really helps support the event. But it is the balance test mod, so you can also check that out with !Balance to get a link to all the balance changes. Okay, but here we are. It's a best of 9. And this man spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map, he took the first match, and he's going to be trying to go for the rest. It's the big boy, PartinG. Okay, and his opponent spawning up on the top left-hand side of the map. It is DongRaeGu. Alright, DongRaeGu was caught a little bit off guard by what PartinG was going for. He was trying to get everything ready for the hold, but there was just Zealots everywhere, and what are you going to do against that? That is such a strong all-in. It's fallen out of the meta a little bit, but still, being caught off guard by something like that just hits you so hard. And PartinG, I think he knew it on that map, just being ready for it. DongRaeGu not scouting yet, just wasn't too sure about what was coming his way, and it's very tough to hold a build like that. You either need a good number of roaches or you need some banelings ahead of time. But okay, PartinG, oh my god. PartinG is going to be playing it dirty. He's going to be going for the Forge, which looks like this is going to be a proxy robo contain. Okay, and I mean this probe's moving out, so PartinG, he is going to probably be trying to cannon rush DongRaeGu. He's scouting out for now, very timid, just being safe. But I mean, what's this Forge? Like, you think that this Forge is to get up pylons and everything, but PartinG snuck another probe out. Look at that. Okay, so he is going to be cannon rushing DongRaeGu. Oh my god, PartinG just trying to give DongRaeGu a very tough time. DRG could be in trouble with this one because PartinG, he's going to get a cannon up right away. And how's DongRaeGu going to deal with this? He sees a gateway starting as well. Those two pylons are going to finish, so just this one cannon is going to be looking to shut things down. DRG cancels his expansion. The problem for him right now is that he's got to worry about the follow-up, which is going to be likely a robo or possibly a double robo. And I mean, this is such a strong attack from PartinG. A spine crawler starting. The probe's going to be a pain and work away on that. The spine crawler definitely is going to help out. However, DRG has got to be thinking ahead of how are you going to deal with what's coming out. What else is coming, which is going to be zealots. PartinG starting 2 cannons in the face of this. The spines, I think, are going to be a little bit sooner. What's the exact build time? 36 seconds compared to 29. So, I mean, the cannons do build quicker. DongRaeGu actually building more spines here in order to challenge this, and PartinG starting up some shield batteries. They take 29 seconds to build, so if they can get out and start healing these cannons, it'll be absolutely massive. Now these spines, they got to be working away on these cannons. Queen's going to come on in to help, which will actually add a fair bit of DPS. Ling's even just trying to get on top of this. Picks that one cannon off before the shield battery finishes, which is so important. Second spine crawler finishing, now working away on this. PartinG just trying to commit hard with the shield batteries, but it does get shut down, so DongRaeGu, no cannons on the high ground that he has to worry about. But PartinG, he's got out a Stalker, so he's likely going to poke and prod with that. I mean, the Spine Crawlers will put out a fair bit of damage against this, but just the one Stalker out for now, not going to be enough. So PartinG, he never ended up committing to that Robo. He just committed to a lot of shield batteries in order to keep his Stalker alive almost indefinitely. And now with 2 Stalkers out, I mean, he's going to be able to do pretty good, but there's going to be 3 spines at the top of the ramp. He's trying to focus down these Spine Crawlers. Lings are trying to do their best to buffer for them. And, I mean, these spines are going to be putting out a lot of damage, and that Stalker actually gets picked off. So PartinG, I think this rush has honestly failed, and that's going to put him in a pretty bad spot. Because, I mean, with all these Stalkers here waiting for this, once that gets unpowered, it's actually, PartinG's just, it could just be lights out for PartinG. Look at these Spine Crawlers just damaging all of these buildings, and yeah, PartinG knows it. DongRaeGu holds the cannon rush. PartinG going for a little bit of a creative build there, but not quite making it happen. Okay, thanks to everyone for tuning on into this show match. PartinG's map pick. Alright, thanks to everyone for tuning on in. I hope you guys are enjoying this match. You already love this best of 9. Great to see. But it's going to be Catalyst. I mean, 1-1 already, guys, so it's not going to be a clean sweep either way, and I definitely expected it not to be that. Catalyst, another one of the older maps, and I feel as if PartinG has something specially planned for this. All your best of 9s have been hyped. They have been, so I'm really excited to have PartinG back. Playing versus someone like DongRaeGu is just amazing to see. But alright, let's get everyone on into it. Make sure to check out that Matcherino, !Matcherino. If you got a Twitter, you can add to the prize pool for free. You literally just press follow along the side on those side quests, and hey, it adds like 25 cents to the prize pool for free, which is just awesome. So both of these guys are ready, so we're going to load right on into the next game. And get ready for it, guys. It's tied 1-1. I mean, a pretty quick games so far. Few more follows coming in. Thank you for the follows. SMH4926, thank you very much, and so many others that I can't even mention. But yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning on in and enjoying this match. So it's a best of 9, and it's tied 1-1. This map's going to be Catalyst, and spawning down at the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's DongRaeGu. And his opponent spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, it is PartinG the big boy. That bracket command is definitely out of date. This is literally just a best of 9 show match. Now, how's PartinG going to open up on this map? I mean, PartinG so far has picked the 2 older maps in the pool, so I guess the ones that he's more comfortable with. Just going for his sort of refined builds, I suppose. But here he is, just going to be walling off here. Interestingly enough, a pylon in the wall. Now, PartinG's probe going to be moving across the map. Glad you guys are enjoying the cast today. All right, and there's actually a cannon rush for PartinG. Oh my god, is he going to try it again? Yes, he is. Maybe PartinG has just practiced cannon rushes, but it looks like he's going to be heading probably... Oh my god, here he goes. PartinG with the cannon rush already on the way, the pylon building. DongRaeGu doesn't know about this. I mean, he saw the probe come in, but you got to be suspicious of your DRG. And the fact that he hasn't identified this means he's going to be caught completely off guard. He's not scouting for this either. A drone's now going to go out and he's going to catch eyes on this. However, the gateway's already started. If he pulls a ton of drones onto the pylon, he may be able to get it now, but PartinG starts a second. So DRG has to be wondering about how you deal with this. PartinG just laying it on hard. Drone attacking the gateway, not going to help out with that. Meanwhile, a second probe comes in. DongRaeGu, he's going to have up his hatchery because it's sort of just between his ramp right now. However, a cannon's starting there as well, so he may just have to cancel this hatchery. PartinG actually cancels his extra pylon. Spines starting is very important for DongRaeGu. The fact that it is going to be like the Zealot Stalker follow-up to this means that having the spines is very important for shutting this down, but there's also cannons on the low ground. So DongRaeGu, I mean, how's he going to shut this down? I mean, the spine crawlers will definitely help out, but for now, he's going to be losing his natural at the least, it looks like. PartinG is being a big old dirty Protoss right now. A shield battery starting, he's going to be getting out a stalker, so basically he can trade with these spine crawlers for free. I mean, it's going to take a while to work away on this many spine crawlers, though. DRG needs to get forward spread creep so he can step these spines forward. And that hatchery is indeed going to go down. So DongRaeGu on one base versus this play of PartinG, but PartinG is definitely on one base right now. Alright, creep's starting to spread out, so eventually these spine crawlers will be able to shuffle forward. DongRaeGu now moving some of them forward. That stalker going to start taking a beating, and I mean, these spines, they put out a lot of damage. Broodlings working away on these cannons as well. Lings are actually going to try and get a surround on that stalker. Not quite going to be able to get it, but it looks like DongRaeGu actually going to be able to get the surround on that stalker. PartinG maybe would have been better off staying by the shield battery, but so far this cannon rush just not working versus DongRaeGu. PartinG getting up more shield batteries, but that one's going to be unpowered, so the cannons on the low ground, I think, are done for. And now all these spines are working away on this gateway, and what does PartinG have? I guess the stalkers don't cut it when it comes to just fighting versus spine crawlers. DongRaeGu has the perfect answer to this, it looks like. Now speed is done, he's going to try and close the distance. Those cannons getting repowered on the low ground, though, so the shield batteries keeping these units alive. I mean, one of the spine crawlers has fallen. DongRaeGu planning to start a second. Ling's trying to get a wrap around here. They're burning through a lot of the energy on this, but so far the stalkers are staying alive because there is a lot of shield batteries here. More Lings are out for DongRaeGu. He's burned through a lot of energy on these. But PartinG is throwing up more and more shield batteries. Another queen coming forward, but one of them gets picked off. Lings actually get a surround on the stalker, which is absolutely huge there for DongRaeGu, keeping those units alive. One of these spine crawlers gonna be going down as long as PartinG gets off one more volley. The shield battery's really starting to run out of energy, though. And I mean, DongRaeGu actually gonna be picking off one of them there. Actually working away on that pylon to the north. Will not unpower anything, but still picking off the pylon. Anything at this point really matters. But another stalker on the way for PartinG is really trying to reach that critical mass. DongRaeGu starting up yet another spine crawler. PartinG's just continuously trading, getting up more and more shield batteries, just wearing down the Zerg is his goal right now. And with only one more spine crawler out, it's looking pretty tough for DongRaeGu. He may need to start another spine crawler with these Lings. They gotta buy time for him. PartinG, oh, he's just got these shield batteries, and they're just gonna keep healing his units. Has PartinG done it? Okay, Lings are now trying to get a wraparound, but there's cannons, and DongRaeGu knows that PartinG takes the 2-1 lead. All right, man, just such a dirty Zerg. Okay, but well done by PartinG making that rush work. We'll get on into the next map, which is going to be DongRaeGu's pick. Thanks to everyone for tuning on in to this match. Okay. It's going to be Acid Plant for the next one. No balanced test mod really coming in there as far as those cannon rushes. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I do appreciate everyone tuning on in to support these matches. Hello, Cynical Death. we're getting everyone on into the lobby. And we'll make sure that everyone's ready, and then we'll be moving forward in with this show match. On with this show match, pardon me. But it's currently 2-1 for PartinG. A lot of viewers tuning in, and I'm glad a lot of you guys are excited for this show match. All right, but here we are. We're loading on in. I wonder if we'll see another cannon rush. This guy with the cheeky 2-1 lead. It's PartinG the big boy. And his opponent spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. It is DongRaeGu the Zerg. And I mean, DRG, the one true Zerg, going up against the big boy. I mean, it was close holding that rush. I guess he just needed to start up more spines, but PartinG just threw up so many shield batteries, and that rush worked. I mean, he got in there, but PartinG just the master of chaos, really, with that sort of build. But it looks like starting for the gas, going for the low ground wall off, not going to be the same sort of build if I had to guess. I mean, no probe out on the map or anything like that. DongRaeGu going to be happy that he's not going to be getting cannon rushed out this time. So we'll see what else PartinG has in store. He's gone for builds that he's clearly planned out with things like the zealot timing and that cannon rush. So that's definitely something that he practiced. He's not just freestyling it. Okay, so he's got hatch on the way. Just DongRaeGu opening up standard. He hasn't really had a chance to flourish in these games. I mean, with PartinG, the games are usually pretty short. Alright, probe just going to get that nexus up, so PartinG is going to be expanding this game. Probe on the way back. Okay, now, so PartinG, just not cannon rushing DongRaeGu is the main thing that we can take away from this build right now. Okay, now, Overlord gonna be moving out. Nexus on the way here. For PartinG, nothing else noteworthy. I mean, the probe's gonna come on in, just identify everything. DongRaeGu working away on that poor probe. Gonna steal some minerals, then run on home. PartinG then just opening up with the Adept. It's gonna be the scouting unit. Yeah, this is what you can expect from PartinG, guys, and this is why we make it a best of 9, not just a best of 7, because a best of 7 with someone like PartinG in it flies rather quickly, whereas DongRaeGu, we're not too sure how he plays. So I mean, we imagine that we'll hit his comfort zone in at least one of these games. Now, DongRaeGu is actually getting up a Roach Warren, so maybe a little bit worried about what PartinG's going for. Maybe he's going to turn on the aggression himself, getting up speed. I mean, it could always be some sort of Roach Ravager push, whereas PartinG coming on in with his Adept. We'll see if he actually manages to scout that Roach Warren, which would be pretty important. But the Adept, the Shade, unless you actually commit, you're not going to get that scout off in the main base. Alright, now there is the 2 Adepts that out for PartinG, pardon me, so we'll see if he commits. DongRaeGu's patiently waiting with his Lings for this. Queen gonna want to begin working away on the shield for these Adepts already. And look at this, DongRaeGu's got 6 Roaches on the way, so he's actually going to be turning the aggression onto PartinG right now. Adepts are going to be trying to get on in here. Drones are forced to run, but suddenly PartinG, he's sort of pulled DongRaeGu out of position now. Getting 2 drones, going to be able to shade away once again. There's no Queens in here to help out. DongRaeGu's on 3 bases, but he was planning a big attack right now. And those Adepts, they actually, they're going to have to worry about those Lings, which are going to clean him up. But PartinG, he's got to be worried. He's starting a shield battery back at home. He knows that this attack is coming, and I imagine he's going to dump a Chrono Boost right into an Immortal behind this. And we are seeing that. No Chrono Boost just yet. I mean, he's got the energy, so he probably should be trying to get that out as soon as he can, because, I mean, more of these units... And, PartinG actually deciding to go for a Warp Prism. That's kind of risky. Alright, I mean, just trying to get out the Warp Prism, but I mean, this attack is coming. The Roaches and Lings are going to be hitting early, and I mean, PartinG, he's only gotten up to 1 shield battery, so DongRaeGu, and he's actually just going to be hitting that Robo, so that means there's going to be no Immortal out. PartinG's going to be in a lot of trouble right now, and I mean, the Warp Prism, does it get out? No, PartinG actually cancels the Warp Prism. I think he tried to start an Immortal there, but Probe's being pulled. PartinG's in trouble right now, just this one Stalker and a Sentry. Probe's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. PartinG, he was planning on going for an attack, but he did not respect this enough. There's 2 Stalkers warping in. Probes are being pulled to fight this, but Lings are getting on in. Ravager's dealing a lot of damage to these workers. The DongRaeGu needs to get some good damage done, but it looks like he's going to be getting at least that. More Warp Gates are finishing up for PartinG, but all of his units have died now. It's literally just Probes on the field. He's going to be able to get a Warp in or 2. It's going to be charge lots here, but they're taking some damage as they do Warp in. PartinG Chrono boosting his gateways. Probe's going to be pulled to fight. There's some more Zealots warping on. He's got to dodge the Corrosive Balls, and one of them actually lands masterfully on the Zealot there as DongRaeGu quickly ties it up. PartinG not wanting to commit to the Immortal there, and that definitely cost him. I mean, an Immortal and maybe a thicker wall, because he saw the Roaches, I believe. And so you really got to respect something like that. Okay, so it's going to be PartinG's map pick. It's going to be Lost and Found. But very nice timing by DongRaeGu. Just you know, because PartinG was planning another charge lot attack, it looks like, but DongRaeGu just said no, 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 no. Thanks to everyone for supporting the Matcherino. Exclamation mark Matcherino in chat. Allows you to add to that prize pool. I think we've got just like a handful of codes left to use. And once we've used all of those, then that's pretty much mission accomplished for this event. You guys can support and actually get the replays from this event if that's something that you want. See the builds that these 2 guys are using. But you can also support on that Matcherino, even if all the codes are used, but you have a Twitter account, you can follow 1 or 2 accounts on Twitter, and it actually adds like a decent amount to the prize pool you doing that. But we're ready to start. Both these guys are ready, and we're actually tied up 2-2. All right. I mean, these guys definitely are adapting this show match. Okay, but here we are. It's tied 2-2. Spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map, it is DongRaeGu the Zerg. And his opponent spawning up in the top right-hand side of the map. It is Psystorm's PartinG. PartinG going for that low ground wall off once again. We'll see what that probe's going to be up to. Just getting up that gateway. Although the forge always does follow the gateway, so we don't know. I mean, it's possible he's going to throw up a forge. There's no gas just yet. It's going to be a forge, isn't it? No, it's actually a double gateway opening. Okay, I like this from PartinG. I'm a big fan of this build. I mean, sometimes it can just completely fall flat on its face, but this is the build that PartinG is going for. Meanwhile, DongRaeGu just macroing up. No early pools or anything like that. Okay. So PartinG, is he just gonna start with the Zealot? I mean, because yeah, he's actually gonna start with the Zealot. And that's a very early Zealot as opposed to waiting for the 2 Adepts. So we'll see if he makes 2 Zealots. And he actually is, so PartinG gonna be moving across the map with 2 Zealots, and then I imagine he's gonna follow it up with 2 Adepts. And if we check the rally point for this, this is going to look like a normal 2-gate Adept opening, but these Zealots are going to be done. This is actually such a cool build coming out of PartinG. I've never seen this. And so the way it's going to work is that these Zealots are going to pop out before this Overlord sees them. And so DongRaeGu, he's just going to be expecting it to be 2 Adepts, in which case it will be to follow this up. But these 2 Zealots are going to make this attack hit so hard. There's already a pylon starting, so DongRaeGu has to be worried about this. A probe is going to be pulled onto this. or a drone is going to be pulled onto it, pardon me. So we'll see. PartinG probably planning to get up shield batteries, and he is, to support these two zealots. Now, I mean, these probes, they got us, or drones, pardon me, I said that again. They got to start working away on this. The Lings are actually going to be able to cancel some of these. The zealots are going to be coming on in, but DongRaeGu taking this very seriously, going to force the cancel. Now, the two zealots are here right now, and PartinG, he was just trying to use these shield batteries, but one of the zealots almost gets caught there, but DongRaeGu, he's already starting a spine crawler. He's getting up more Lings. The concern is the follow-up, though, as these adepts are going to be able to shade right on in past all these Lings, try and get in and pick off some of these workers. Looks like PartinG maybe just going to use the zealots as a buffer while these adepts dispatch the Lings pretty quickly, and they'll do a good job with that. So, I mean, he's going for the aggression once again, but DongRaeGu, he's got a lot of Lings right now. He catches one of the zealots there. Going to be trying to get a second, but they fall back into that shield battery range. And DongRaeGu, maybe he needs up another spine crawler. Now, without stalkers, PartinG can't really poke and prod versus the spine crawlers too easily. Adepts are actually going to shade on into the main base, though. DongRaeGu, he's got to be ready for that. He's got some of his Lings working on these, but maybe not enough. He's got to get those adepts. It's very important that he does so. He's working away on them, but the adepts, I mean, if they can always get out, they can be healed by the shield battery, so a good trade so far. And now there's a stalker in with this, so DongRaeGu having a hard time versus PartinG, trying to get up to 3 hatcheries, but PartinG says, no, you can't macro versus me. Queen will have energy for a transfuse, I believe, to dump into the spine crawler, which is going to help out a lot for DongRaeGu. There's that transfuse going down. It is the new balanced test mod transfuse, so it gains about half the health and gains the rest later. Now, it's a lot of Lings, so DongRaeGu actually going to go for it without the cannons to support, but what? He's actually just running across the map with all of his Lings, but he doesn't have any speed with this, so he's just got to hold with everything else. Spine crawlers, though, doing a pretty good job. There's not too many units for PartinG to focus these down. I mean, there isn't too much, but DongRaeGu actually changes his mind, comes back with everything, and these shield batteries are going to be able to heal for days for PartinG. I mean, some of these adepts are going to be getting focused down finally, but there's only one spine crawler left for DongRaeGu, who's making 16 more Zerglings in order to deal with this. But PartinG, he's just going to be getting tucked on in. Drones are already being pulled preemptively for DongRaeGu. Looks like he is going to be trying to go for the base trade now, but it may be a little bit too late, I think. PartinG, he can always just get up some shield batteries back at home, I feel. But such a creative all-in from PartinG. Okay, and I mean, these stalkers working away on this hatchery. Lots of Lings out for DongRaeGu. He's going to have out his speed, so he's going to be hitting this wall. PartinG, or he's got the full wall off. That's the problem for DongRaeGu, and with 2 stalkers out there, I mean, yeah, I don't think DongRaeGu is going to be able to break this, and he's going to be losing all of his hatcheries as well. And so what do you do if you're DongRaeGu? I think it may just be checkmate here for PartinG. DongRaeGu, like, he's also supply blocked a little bit, which is definitely going to hurt. He's got out a good number of Lings, and there's only 2 pylons with this, but he's not going to be able to unpower those, so maybe just waiting for PartinG to step off. And he is going to be working away on that gateway. PartinG is getting out a sentry, which is going to help him. I mean, if DongRaeGu manages to pick off this gateway, that would be huge, but PartinG's planning on another wall-in going up right now. I think PartinG, he needs to warp in some adepts to work away on some of these Lings, but these Lings are now working away on this gateway. PartinG, I'm not sure he's going to be able to get another wall off, but a good force field going down. And DongRaeGu taps out as PartinG with a quick 3-2. Okay, I mean, PartinG just going for such an aggressive build. DongRaeGu gets to pick the next map. Okay, and so, I mean, he's just hitting DongRaeGu hard already, guys. All right, you guys can this definitely is PartinG's style. You guys can also check me out with !Caster. The VODs will be there as well. And follow me on Twitter and whatnot. I tweet out a lot about Starcraft events and stuff that I'm doing. Getting PartinG and DongRaeGu into the lobby. It is Saralyn Fall. It's a big map, but that hasn't stopped PartinG in the past. Thank you for the follow, Starscream. Alrighty, both players are ready, so we're going to load on into it. Make sure to share out the stream, guys, if you got Twitter or whatnot. Awesome to see so many of you guys tuning on in from all over the world. God, you guys are enjoying the content. Yeah, so it's currently 3-2 for PartinG. I mean, it's a best of 9 though, so you got to get to that 5 wins. It would be nice to see a macro game though, not gonna lie. But this guy spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map with his aggressive style, it's PartinG. And his opponent spawning up the top right-hand side of the map, it's DongRaeGu the Zerg. I mean, PartinG apparently just not wanting to macro versus DongRaeGu. And we'll see. I mean, he's built Nexuses in the past, but it has been for following up with a timing attack. And so we'll see. What's DongRaeGu got to do? I mean, maybe just start throwing up a Roach Warren the second that he sees something like this and try and get up Ravagers. And okay, DongRaeGu countering this, or just planning ahead and going for a 16 pool. Gonna maybe be trying to hit PartinG with some early lings, but PartinG so far opening up normally. DongRaeGu has been taking some maps off very good players. He's played in, say, the Africa Team League. Okay. Alright, now that spawning pool is going to be up for DongRaeGu, so he's going to be able to make some lings, send him across the map at PartinG, who hasn't scouted. So this could catch PartinG off guard. Looks like a probe is going to be moving out on the map, and that's maybe for a sneaky pylon or something. Yeah, that's going to be queued up, most likely for a Stargate if I had to guess, but DongRaeGu, he's only committing to 2 lings here, so he's not going to try and cross the map and deal a nice blow to PartinG, as the Adept will be out after all. But yeah, PartinG, he's going to be going for a pylon, and if I had to guess, it's going to be a Stargate. It could always be a Templar Archives. You can never guess with PartinG. Okay. Queen on the way right now. DongRaeGu's got out his feelings, chasing down this probe. But then PartinG, we'll see. It is going to be that Stargate, so he's going to be proxying DongRaeGu here. And we'll see, is DongRaeGu going to sniff this out? He's already got out the 1 queen. He's going to have to be starting a 2nd and then eventually a Spore Crawler if he can scout this out. But he hasn't scouted the Stargate, so the general blind preparation of Zerg versus a normal Stargate is usually fine, but versus a proxy Stargate, you never know. So it's going to be pretty rough for DongRaeGu, and I mean, he's been dealing with all these ground-based attacks, so I'm not sure that he's going to be expecting something from the air this time around. The Adept for PartinG is staying back at home. The Probe now returning, but I mean, DongRaeGu is trying to get up his 3rd base. Well, he's just getting up a queen in his main base, which is definitely not going to cut it versus the aggression of PartinG. He's got a queen at the front. He's got this cool Mecha Queen skin, by the way. But with this Oracle that's going to be coming on out for PartinG, it's going to be pretty rough for DongRaeGu. I mean, it's all going to come down to his drone micro, his queen positioning, which is just in the standard position. So usually this gets like at least 5 or 6 drones. And so it's going to be pretty rough for DongRaeGu right now. His other queen is out at the front of his base. Here coming in the lings, they're not sure what's going to be on the way. So DongRaeGu, he's just trying to be preemptive. This Overlord's going to give him like a 2nd heads up, but it's not going to be enough. The Oracle's flying on in here. DongRaeGu already running the drones. PartinG's activated that pulsar beam, so Queen working away on this. Another Queen comes forward to shoo this away, and actually DongRaeGu only losing 2 drones so far, so a good defense on that front. PartinG going for another Oracle, and that means DongRaeGu, I think he's got to start another Spore Crawler at his natural base, get his queen into position preemptively. And look at this, the Ling's actually working away on this pylon, forcing the Oracle to activate his pulsar beam, but it's out of energy, and now PartinG, so he's not getting too much done with this proxy right now. Queen's going to be getting into position with only 1 Oracle. You can't just pop in and pick off too many drones, so PartinG going to maybe sack the Oracle. I mean, he gets out with it, but takes a lot of damage after getting too many drones, or only 2 drones, pardon me. Alright, Ling's working away on this Stargate. Oracle's going to be getting on out of here. And we've got the Robo facility out for PartinG. I mean, this was just sort of like the standard Stargate opening for Protoss, but proxied out on the map. So DongRaeGu picking that off is nice, but he didn't take too much damage this game, so we could be heading into a longer one this time. But PartinG, he's actually throwing up a lot of gateways and getting out a Warp Prism, so he is going to be looking to put the pressure on. Getting up a Templar Archives, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Charge start. to couple up with this, but there we are. It is going to be that sort of charge Archon timing attack. Oracle's sharking around for now. So DongRaeGu, he's managed to hold on, but he's got to get ready for the follow-up. He sees the Warp Prism, which is an absolutely so important of a tell. He sees the charge lots. PartinG may be trying to go for a third base, but honestly with PartinG, it's probably a fake. I don't think he's built a third base this game, although he is going to be moving on in, and it looks like he actually will be throwing up that Nexus here. And so not just fully committing, DongRaeGu getting up a Roach Warren is very important. Okay, now DongRaeGu is getting up a Roach Warren. He's got to be ready for these Archons. Some Lings for him maybe trying to get on in, however there is an Adept in that wall. Maybe gonna try and break this Adept, and I mean PartinG, he's got to get something there. He needs to be pulling a probe. The Lings for DongRaeGu could possibly be getting on in. PartinG trying to throw up a gateway, but it's not in time. And look at this, DongRaeGu actually committed with so many Lings. There's the one Oracle for PartinG, but that's got to come back. A few Zealots are going to be warped on in to try and help deal with this. Probes are taking a lot of damage though, so some good damage here for DongRaeGu as he sneaks in with these Lings. He's already killed off a good number of probes so far. He's killed off 10 probes so far. Oh man, PartinG is in trouble right now. He's got to run the probes once more. PartinG has a third base on the way, but DongRaeGu getting some good damage done. And meanwhile, he's getting up a ton of roaches back at home, getting up glial reconstitution. And the spine crawler as well, so taking this very seriously, the potential counterattack damage. PartinG's got this Warp Prism. He's now got the 2 Archons in it, but DongRaeGu, with all of his roaches, should be fine. He may lose an Overlord or 2 here, but PartinG's actually warping in a lot of Zealots to commit to this, but I mean, DongRaeGu, he's got so many roaches to be safe right now. PartinG's going to have to evacuate, and he knows that he's going to be in trouble. He's getting more Zealots out, but I don't think he's going to be able to commit to this. He's got to be thinking about getting Immortals and transitioning, because there is so many roaches out for DongRaeGu. Okay, and now, I mean, looking at this, a lot of sentries are on the way for PartinG, so he is going to be committing to this. Wait, where did he warp these guys in? He warped him in at home. Okay, so he is getting ready to transition. He's going to be morphing in more Archons, but we got to see an Immortal at least start for PartinG, because just the Zealots and Archons, they don't cut it. They need something to actually deal a lot of damage to these roaches. The Oracle can help out. PartinG's going to activate his Pulsar Beam already. Maybe would have been better to save it for the attack. We'll see, but he's going to be working away on some of these roaches already. Just letting DongRaeGu know that he's there. And so PartinG, he should be able to intercept this attack from DongRaeGu. I mean, good force fields there, locking in some of the roaches. The rest of them do manage to sneak away. But DongRaeGu taking some losses there. Meanwhile, this Warp Prism's out on the map. However, here comes the rest of the roaches. They're making a beeline towards the natural. PartinG throwing up a lot of pylons, but so many roaches are going to be getting on in here for DongRaeGu. Some Zealots warping in, but for what these probes are going to have to run in. There's no Immortals or anything out for PartinG, so he's going to have to bring his army back. Maybe recall, honestly, if he can. Pull the probes and then just recall everything else on in. Meanwhile, these Archons are getting some harassment off. PartinG going to do his best with this micro right now, but the rest of his army has taken so long to get on in here, and DongRaeGu, he's actually going to unpower all of the gateways right now. Zealots are spilling on in, but PartinG knows it's over. GG as DongRaeGu ties things up 3-3. Okay, so I mean, a fantastic play there by DongRaeGu, managing to predict PartinG, kind of reading him like a book. Yeah, those gateways getting unpowered. Looks like we've got 500 of you watching, which is really awesome, guys. I will link that Matcherino once more, exclamation mark Matcherino. I don't believe we haven't quite used all the donation codes, so if you can, go there, just use the code GAME6, and basically what it does, GAME6 with a Z, mentioned in chat there, and what it does is that it adds to the prize pool for free, helps cover the cost of running these events. The next map's going to be Eastwatch. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, so it's tied 3-3 between these players. PartinG going for a lot of aggression right now, making it a quick one so far. But with PartinG, what can you really expect? DongRaeGu trying to catch PartinG out on his antics. Looks like we had a few more follows coming in. Thank you guys for that. Alrighty. Alrighty, everyone's ready. So we're going to be loading on into it. Yeah, this is why we did the best of 9. So that this wouldn't happen, but... yeah, actually, I see you talking about how the amount for the donation code. It's actually partially has to do with how many events and things you run. So if we do have good success, use all of our codes for this, we can get into a next tier, which really does help us with the future events. But for now, it's going to be on the map Eastwatch, and spawning up on the top right-hand side of the map, it's DongRaeGu. And his opponent spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map. It's PartinG the big boy. PartinG just so aggressive in all of his games. We haven't had that many long games. He did get up to a 3rd base this one, but so far it's been kind of, you know, shut down. DongRaeGu's sort of just been having to deal with PartinG getting right into his face. Okay, and I mean, PartinG getting up that gateway, moving across the map. DongRaeGu getting up his expo, everything normal. Eastwatch isn't, of course, as popular of a map in the pool these days. Obviously, since, you know, it's not in the ladder pool. But, I mean, we'll see what PartinG has planned for. DongRaeGu taking that map. PartinG did pick this one. Alright, looks like PartinG being a bit of a pain with this drone. With this probe, pardon me. And just getting up a Cybercore and a Nexus back at home. So, I mean, PartinG, he's gone for a lot of timing attacks, going for a proxy Stargate in that game. We'll see how he opens up this one. What's his style of choice going to be? This probe continuously harassing here for PartinG. Alrighty, Overlord going to be coming on in here. Looks like PartinG chrono boosting out that Adept, getting a Twilight Council on the way, so a very fast Twilight as his opening. Probe just sharking about, but then that Adept is going to be moving out for the Scout. DongRaeGu sees it, so this is looking like a normal Protoss opening, but then following it up with a Twilight Council as opposed to a Stargate. And we'll see what PartinG's going to use it for. It could just be for one of these charged timings again. However, until he commits to it, you never know. A Stalker following this up, so the Adept going to be coming on out here. Looks like the Stalker's probably going to be to deny tech, so maybe PartinG wants to hide something here, like a Dark Shrine. It's a possibility. Now, whether this Adept is shading right, it's got a shade again. Ooh, DongRaeGu actually catches the Adept there. So very nice pick off for DongRaeGu. Now a Robo following this up. There's been no tech at the Twilight Council just yet. So, I mean, there's the Dark Shrine starting up. And DongRaeGu, he's got this Overlord, but it is indeed going to be that Dark Shrine, possibly DTs into an Archon drop. There's always that utilization, but the Dark Shrine, I mean, it was after the Robo, which I think you usually want the Robo before the Dark Shrine. Don't quote me on that, though. Good to see that there's so many of you guys watching from all over the world, which is just awesome to see. God, I mean, Starcraft's a pretty universal game, but Lings for DongRaeGu now going to be working away on this. The Adept and Stalker, I imagine they'll be able to hold this back, although looks like we may need to see a pylon go up as this poor Stalker taking the brunt of it. Now, Adept going to be working away on these Lings, but DongRaeGu eventually going to pick that off. PartinG cancels that, but, I mean, 9 Adepts for the Stalker, or 9 Lings for the Stalker, pardon me. And now PartinG, he actually has to warp in another Stalker to shut this down, but DongRaeGu's coming on in with the Scout, and if he turns this Overlord down, he will actually see the Dark Shrine. And looking at his vision right now, he is going to just see it. So picking off that Stalker, actually a very big deal. That must have been very intentional for DongRaeGu, so such a smart play there. Seeing the Dark Shrine, seeing the Warp Prism, And actually a second Warp Prism is going to be coming out for PartinG right now. He's got one, but he's going to be building a second here. And so we'll see. It could just be double Archon drop coming out of PartinG. Now that he knows that this has been identified, that's probably what you want to do. DongRaeGu's got out a lot of queens in position in order to deal with these DTs. There's 3 warping in. There's the 4th, so it is going to be for those Archons most likely. PartinG is going to be committing with these guys. Prism's going to be babysitting them. But here they go, the DTs, they're going to be running on into the natural. There's going to be a Spore Crawler here. PartinG, there's 3 queens. He's actually got to be so careful with this Warp Prism. If you want to commit with these DTs, you got to get him out, and he does. So he's going to want to morph these into Archons. Meanwhile, he's moving in with another Prism right now. Maybe he's just going to try and sneak these into the base of DongRaeGu, and then just kill the Spore off, or we'll morph some Archons right now. He's morphing the 1 Archon. Oh, I like this out of PartinG. Look at that. Has the DTs to keep the other Archon safe while it morphs in now. That 1 Archon will look after his friend. But look at this PartinG. He's actually going to be moving on in with a second Prism with more DTs. DongRaeGu, I'm not sure he's going to be expecting just, you know, the double DT. PartinG's got to pay attention to this Prism, though. Dropping these Archons. Got to really respect this. I mean, Transfuse going down there for DongRaeGu. PartinG dropping these Archons once again. But here comes the DTs diving on into the main base. DongRaeGu's not ready for this. He's got some roaches coming out. He's got to try and defend the Spore Crawler. These DTs are going to focus that down, so PartinG at least going to get that. An Overseer starts. But these DTs, they now have free reign on this mineral line, so really disrupting his opponent. But once that Overseer is done, these DTs will have to get on out of there for PartinG. So not getting too much done. Meanwhile, the Archon drop going down, forcing out some Transfuses. PartinG trying to keep DongRaeGu down, but he's following this up with Immortals in charge. Guys, this is the first Immortal of this series that we've seen. So PartinG maybe finally going to be going into a normal-ish game here, opening up with the DTs, but not getting too much done. However, he did keep DongRaeGu down on a lower drone count, and following this up with charge. So PartinG, he's going to have the Archons for some harassment later on, and he's just poking and prodding DongRaeGu here. DongRaeGu trying to focus down that injured Archon. Okay, now there's going to be these Archons dropping into the main base as well, so some Roaches going to have to deal with these. Looks like PartinG actually going to trade with some of these Roaches, which is nice, but his third base is going to be under fire. Zealots are engaging these Lings right now, but it looks like PartinG will force this army back. Also microing his Warp Prisms while this is going on. He hasn't lost any of the Archons, but he's really playing with fire doing this. That one other Queen taking a lot of damage. PartinG trying to focus some of them down. Transfuse is going out for DongRaeGu. Looks like he almost will get a Queen, but then gets forced out. So good reaction by DongRaeGu, keeping all of those units alive. PartinG really testing his opponent right now, testing his micro. Well, pulling off an incredible feat of micro himself. Now, the map Eastwatch, it's got a lot of choke points, so very good for sentries, but DongRaeGu is playing that sort of, you know, Roach Ravager, possibly going to be Baneling style, as he's testing out on the map. He sees all the sentries, he sees the Immortal, and PartinG's getting out a second Immortal, well, a third Immortal, actually. So, I mean, this is going to be more of a normal game, but we haven't seen any Forges or anything like that out of PartinG just yet. So, he is going to be trying to commit hard, trying to pick off DongRaeGu earlier on now. And so this timing attack is going to be getting ready. He's going to have a ton of Archons in this Prism. He's going to try and catch these units. I mean, he's just going to juggle these Archons and eventually pull back and probably use them in the main attack. I mean, 4 Archons, 2 Immortals, and a lot of Sentries. It's going to be a very strong attack. Alright, PartinG coming on in right now. The main thing is he doesn't have an Observer with this, so he's stepping on creep. Double Warp Prism's going to warp in Zealots. He's getting ready to go on into this. DongRaeGu's got to be ready. PartinG coming on in. I mean, there's a few Banelings morphing. This is a ton of Roaches, though. Lots of force fields going down for PartinG, but is it going to be enough? I mean, Ravagers just break those force fields. PartinG warping in more and more Zealots. His Immortals at the back. The Archon's going to be tanking. He's going to have to try and micro those, keep those Archons alive, but so far he hasn't done that. He's warping in more and more Zealots. He's trying to make the hold. He can juggle these Immortals for days. DongRaeGu trying to hold on. His Queen's trying to buffer. Got to dump some Transfuse into those Roaches and Ravagers. Keep them alive. He's trying to deal with the Zealot buffer, but PartinG has done a good job. There's only 1 Archon left. I mean, DongRaeGu is producing more and more. It's looking like it's going to be a close hold from DongRaeGu. DT is being warped in, but they're just going to actually engage right into the army. They're not going to be morphing into Archons. PartinG now going to be juggling these units. He's going to have to evacuate into the Warp Prism. Zealots trying to close the distance, but PartinG not able to break his opponent, and he begrudgingly goes into a Templar Archives. Now, Immortal is going to be unloading here. However, their shield barrier is going to be activated. They're already battle scarred, so they got to pull on out of there. So PartinG not able to kill off his opponent like he was hoping, and DongRaeGu going to follow this up with a Spire. Such a smart move from DongRaeGu. Okay. Immortal coming on in here, going to be cleaning up those creep tumors, just popping them off once or twice. PartinG, there's nothing to shut down these warp prisms of him yet, and he's going to be moving down with these, maybe looking for a base. And so DongRaeGu, his next hatchery is actually going to be exposed. He is only on 3 bases for now, trying to get up a 4th. So 3 base versus 3 base, not too bad for the Protoss player, but PartinG, he hasn't been, neither of these players have been investing in any upgrades, but the main concern is going to be these Mutalisks. However, these Immortals, they are going to right-click on this hatchery, and this can't be transfused. It looks like PartinG, he's probably going to get it, and he will. DongRaeGu showing a lot of Roach and Ravager as well, really going to distract PartinG from the potential Mutalisk switch. Oh, and an Immortal does go down as well. That's a bit of a mistake there for PartinG. But now that this Spire is going to be finishing up, PartinG could be caught completely off guard by this. He's getting up a Forge now, but he needs to be starting Blink, getting up some shield batteries in his main base if he does identify this, but he doesn't. He's not aware that this is on the way. The Warp Prism sneaking around back to his base, but there's going to be 11 Mutalisk on the way in PartinG. The only units he shoots up are these Archons, so yeah, they'll be able to zone the Mutalisk, but it may just go into a base trade situation. If PartinG's moving across the map right now with his Warp Prism, he's going to eventually see this Spire here and know that he's going to need to warp in some Stalkers. Oh, actually, this Warp Prism, there we go. He's going to come in and he's going to see the Spire and see the Mutas. So that Prism's going to get picked off. He has another Prism, but he's going to have to get ready for this. He's got a cannon starting at his 4th base. PartinG's looking to take a gold base, which is pretty greedy while this is going on. But then back, he's either got to kill DongRaeGu or distract him enough. Now these Mutas for DongRaeGu, they're actually brought into the main fight right now as he's trying to make gold. A lot of Banelings are here connecting on the Zealots. Force Field's going down for PartinG. Archons are really the main anti-air here, however. The Zealot buffer has been chewed into. PartinG dumping out so many Force Fields there, but some more Zealots do got to be warped in right now as DongRaeGu desperately trying to make the hold right now. Some more Force Fields being dumped down. Mutas, I mean, they can't do too much versus the Archons. Maybe if they snuck back and tried to pick off the Prism, as PartinG doesn't have too much defense for that right now, as Roaches and Ravagers trying to buy time for DongRaeGu. I mean, the main thing is PartinG is going to be going up to 4 bases, whereas DongRaeGu, he's been on 59 drones this whole time. The Mutas actually do pick off that Prism, which is absolutely huge for DongRaeGu, shutting down this attack. No more buffer, no more Zealots or anything to protect these units, so he's got to get ready. PartinG's warping in 6 Stalkers. He's now getting +1, and he's now starting his Blink. So he's got to be ready. There's all these Stalkers which are going to shoo these Mutas away, but PartinG, he's going to have to get up some shield batteries and cannons at these bases to keep them safe. Okay, now these Archons shooing these Mutas away right now. PartinG bringing back his army. I mean, guys, we could be transitioning into a full-on macro game. I never thought I'd see the day, but +1 attack going to be finishing for PartinG, so that's really going to help out his army, whereas DongRaeGu, he's just committing hard onto the Roaches and now getting up some drones as he has established his 4th base, but the economy is going to be pretty good for PartinG. Getting up this 4th base, which is actually the gold, so he's on a fantastic, he's going to be on a pretty dang good economy for someone who's been so aggressive. Looks like that Observer will get picked off. Seeing those Banelings for DongRaeGu, as the DongRaeGu is just on this Roach Ravager Baneling with the 10 Mutalisk around. PartinG, he's getting out Blink as well, so he's going to have these Mutalisks to shoo these away. So a good job on that, and PartinG's going into his +2. DongRaeGu starting up another hatchery. He's got to be thinking of what else he's going to go for. We're on the balanced test mod, so Mutas are possibly the tech of choice, with Hydras being nerfed a bit. But DongRaeGu not committing to any more or anything like that, just committing hard on these Roaches. He's actually catching a lot of these probes off guard right now. There's a shield battery at this location, but probes are going to have to run there. Few Stalkers coming on out. Blink will be done in a second, so PartinG will be able to punish these Stalkers, and he can actually Blink on top of them here perhaps. As Blink is now done, he's going to get on there. He's going to pick off at least a few of the Mutas. Now the Mutas, though, they're bouncing back on into the natural base, so PartinG, he's just trying to keep it together. Fortunately for him, he does have the gold base, which is going to sort of, they're going to help his economy. They're going to assist it. Trying to look for the word there, but these cannons going to shoot away some of these Mutas as well. So DongRaeGu loses a lot of them, and now he's just been committing. He's just been committing hard with this Roach Ravager. These Mutas actually going to fly on into the Archon, so another one of them goes down there, and PartinG may be planning another attack right now. Army supplies are equal. PartinG's going to have +2, but there's going to be so many Banelings out for DongRaeGu. It's 30 Stalkers, but there's 30 Banelings, a Baneling for each of them. And I mean, this army for DongRaeGu is nothing to mess with. This is just going to hit hard. PartinG. Archons are going to absorb a lot of the Banelings. Force Field's trying to go down for PartinG. A lot of the Banelings do connect, but right now it's just Roach Ravager versus a ton of Stalkers. PartinG, maybe he needs to warp in some more Zealots or something like that. The army of DongRaeGu is getting picked off, it looks like. I mean, he's coming on in right now. PartinG, his Stalkers, they are being worked down though. It's actually going to be such a close fight right now. More and more Stalkers for PartinG. He's actually going to route, and I mean, Stalkers, they get close to that snowball. He blinks forward right now. DongRaeGu making as much as he can, making some Banelings. I mean, he's got out a ton of Lings to help buffer for this right now. Army supplies are dead even. PartinG is just committing on in with his Stalkers. Some Corrosive Bow forcing this army back. The 2 Immortals in the back are going to help out tremendously. Lings are trying to buffer for this right now, but they have no upgrades, so they're going to quickly dissipate. DongRaeGu's being pushed back. PartinG coming on in. Once again, he's trying to make the push. Supply slightly ahead for DongRaeGu right now. However, PartinG taking very good small trades. Drones are transferring for DongRaeGu while this is going on, but they're going to have to be pulled into the fight, and they are. DongRaeGu's trying to make as much as he can, but PartinG with the aggressive blink forward takes the game. PartinG takes the 4-3 lead. Oh man, what a crazy game. What an absolutely crazy game. Okay, thanks to everyone for tuning on in. There's going to be at least one more match as PartinG. He's on match point now, but DongRaeGu, he only needs to win 2 maps if he wants to take the win. So it will be his map pick. What an awesome game, though. I hope you guys are enjoying that. That was a fantastic game between these 2 players. If you do enjoy these show matches, there's a few things you can do. You can check out the match arena. I believe we have almost used all the codes, so if you want to help out with that, just use code GAMES number 6. Adds to the prize pool, helps support the event. The next map will be Blue Shift. Oh man, but what an awesome match there. And then the VOD will also be uploaded to my YouTube, so you can check that out with !caster. All the commands are listed there in the stream title, but we're loading on in. Alright, so Blue Shift, one of the more normal maps here. Okay. Getting everyone into the game. PartinG needs the one more map. DongRaeGu needs 2 more, but this series, it's really delivering. I'm really excited that out of all the show matches I've done at this point, we haven't had too many complete bops in the best of 9. And I mean, so this match is really delivering right now. Both these guys are ready, so we are loading on in. Maybe tempted to go cast Go for SC2 after this, guys. Alrighty, but here we are. It's a best of 9. And this man spawning up in the top right-hand side of the map, playing for Team Psystorm. It is PartinG. And his opponent spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map. It is DongRaeGu. Okay, so I mean, PartinG, he's been so aggressive, but that game was more drawn out, so we'll see what he's going to do on a small map like Blue Shift. Now, but yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning on in. Hope you guys are enjoying the cast. If you are enjoying the content, feel free to stream or feel free to follow the stream, as I'm always going to be doing more and more of these show matches. The support for this one has been really awesome, which is great to see. The more support these events get, the more likely there will be more. But talking about this game right now, hatchery on the way for DongRaeGu, PartinG moving across the map with his probe, just scouting out, maybe going to try and fake out DongRaeGu or something, but it's PartinG, so you can never rule out what his probe is going to be doing. Now, it's hanging around. Is it going to be going for the fake to try and scare DongRaeGu? I think it is. Right? Or is PartinG just going to throw up a gateway or something? Who knows? Maybe it's just hanging out. Yeah, it's got to be to try and scare DRG. But DongRaeGu not even taking the bait at all. No drone even pulled off the line. Overlord just sees absolutely everything. All right. PartinG maybe going to try and block this third base attempt. It is going to get up for DongRaeGu, so that's very nice for him not having to deal with that. Okay, now PartinG just hanging around with his probe, just scouting it out. We'll see what he's going to go for. Okay, now Adept on the way for PartinG. He's actually going for a Stargate back at home, so this is going to be a very standard opening for the Protoss player. So PartinG playing just a normal game so far. I mean, he has had a lot of success with his sort of unique aggressive builds, but he's going to want to try and close out the series. Probably doesn't want to let this get to match point. Okay, but Queen going to be trying to shoo this Adept away. All right. Ling's going to be trying to shoo this Adept away as PartinG comes on in the scout, picks off an Adept, picks off a Ling or two, and then going to get on out of there. So just the sort of standard scout in. Queen trying to make sure that this doesn't come on in, but ooh, look at this PartinG going for a Phoenix. Chrono boosting that out. He hasn't queued up a second, so this makes me think that it is just going to be to deny scouting. Unless he does start a second when he has the gas. No, he does go for a robo, so this Phoenix is to deny the scouting. And committing to nothing else, so just trying to keep DongRaeGu in the dark here. While following this up with a Twilight Council, while following it up with a robo. And part of the builds here. Alright. So, I mean, part of the build that PartinG's going for is that it scares DongRaeGu, because when there's one Phoenix that shuts down your scouting, it's impossible to know what's coming next, so DongRaeGu is just going to have to play it very safe. Alright. Phoenix flying around. DongRaeGu does see that fly overhead, but PartinG is going to be following this up with a big old charge attack right now. And DongRaeGu, he's going to have to get ready for this. He's droning up pretty heavily. He's getting up a layer, but, I mean, it's going to be a big Zealot attack coming out of PartinG, and DongRaeGu has no idea about this, so you got to get ready. He's starting up a Roach Warren, which is part of the defense, but he's droning pretty dang hard, guys. And these Zealots, they're going to be hitting hard, and they're going to be hitting fast, so this is going to be looking pretty tough for DongRaeGu. He can't really make any more drones, but with 8 on the way, this is going to be looking rough. His Roach Warren maybe just a little bit too late. These Adepts now trying to shoo these Lings away. As PartinG, I mean, this Warp Prism's going to be coming on out, and it's going to be a whack load of Zealots. Roaches are going to be starting around the time Zealots are going to be warping on in, so, I mean, DongRaeGu, he's just got to get ready for this, but he's not sure. He's scouting out. He sees there's no third base, so he's got to be anticipating an attack like this, but PartinG warping in so many Zealots, and the lack of anything on the Watchtower could actually hurt DongRaeGu here. He's sending out some more Lings. He really wants to catch what PartinG's doing, but he's not having any luck finding it. He may run into the Zealots there with the Lings, but I think he just misses them. Okay, he does see the Zealots now, so Roaches are on the way. More Queens on the way, so DongRaeGu sure ain't going to be making any more drones right now, as PartinG's going to be coming across the map with an absolute ton of Zealots. I think he may have to abandon his third base, and yes, he already is doing that. Drones are running in. Oh, look at this DongRaeGu. He's going to be getting up an Evo Chamber wall, which is going to help him out tremendously versus this. He knows that he needs a wall to hold something like this. The Adept's going to shade on in, but look at that. These Zealots, they just right-click on this. DRG is pulling back with everything he has. I mean, he identified it, but was it too late? He's making Roaches. He's trying to fight in this choke point right now. Queens are going to be able to dump out a few transfuses on each other. Roaches trying to make the hold, but so many Zealots are warped in for PartinG. DongRaeGu, he's got more and more Roaches coming forward, but is it going to be enough? It's going to be close. More Roaches joining the fight right now. Drones on hold position, trying to buffer. I mean, army supply, PartinG, it's pretty darn close, but these Zealots, they're starting to look like they're going to snowball. I'm not sure DongRaeGu's going to have enough, and GG, PartinG takes it 5-3 over DongRaeGu.